Hey guys, welcome to the final video of Chapter 9 of the Skyward Sword walkthrough. I just want to mention that this particular video is completely optional. It's all just side quests, so if you'd really like to, just head back to the Floria waterfall and go ahead and enter the next dungeon, and that is covered in Chapter 10. Otherwise, this video is going to contain a lot of side quests, in particular a lot of goddess treasure chests, since we unlocked a lot of goddess cubes in earlier videos of this chapter. So we're going to be doing a lot of that, and I'm going to be doing a lot of fast forwarding, just because, well, I mean, 30 minutes of me just flying around on my loft wing in the sky is not exactly the most exciting thing, so I'm going to fast forward through a lot of those segments. Now that we have the water dragon scale, we can jump into the water on Skyloft, and we can swim over to this storage shed, and there's two treasure chests here. One of them is a standard treasure chest that contains a silver rupee, and then right next to it is also one of the goddess treasure chests, and this one contains a piece of heart. Yay! So that's going to give us a full heart container, so that's a big one, and that increases my overall health to 13 full heart containers. There's a few other things we are going to do here on Skyloft, but I'm actually going to come back to the island a little bit later. One thing, if you look at your map, there is another goddess treasure chest just southwest of the main island of Skyloft, but it's still in the Skyloft region. And in order to get to this particular treasure chest, you need to dive off the ledge here, and there's this small island that's sort of still connected to the main island of Skyloft, in that it doesn't change scenes like it does when you go to other islands. And this one contains a silver rupee. Afterwards, jump back on your loft wing, and the next goddess treasure chest is found to the west, almost near the La Nehru region. This particular one, it gave me trouble, as you can see right here. I sort of failed miserably a few times. You need to fall inside the middle of the island and then onto the higher ledge to the side. It took me a couple tries, and actually, if you had an item that we're going to get in the next section of the game, basically the next time you reach the La Nehru region, you get a new item. You could use that item to much easily get to this treasure chest. There's a target right there, and you'll be able to like grab onto it. That will allow you to easily access this goddess treasure chest. But I think my failures were kind of funny. But it does contain a piece of heart, so it's one of the better of the goddess treasure chests. Our next destination is going to be over at Thunderhead, or inside of the Thunderhead, as it's called. So I'm going to continue on with the fast forwarding, and I'm going to fly on over to Thunderhead. Thunderhead has a couple of the main islands. It has the Isle of Songs, and it has the Bug Island that we're going to cover later on. But there's a couple other smaller islands, and one of them is found at the corner of Thunderhead here. And there's two goodies for us to get. For one, there's a regular treasure chest found right here, and all you have to do is just dig up the soft soil that's on the ground to activate it. And this particular one contains an evil crystal. This is the first evil crystal that I got. You could have gotten evil crystals in some rare treasure chests earlier in your quest. It's kind of luck of the draw. Some enemies that we have yet to encounter will leave evil crystals as spoils for you. Hopefully by now you have at least one, if not a couple, evil crystals. Again, it's not going to become a problem, because they become easier to get, especially in the next dungeon. We'll get several of them. You do only need 4 evil crystals, though, throughout the whole quest in order to get all the upgrades. But some of the upgrades that we've wanted to get, or that we're able to get, we were sort of short. You might have been short because you didn't have an evil crystal. Anyway, now that we did get an evil crystal, and since we've gotten a couple of treasures, in particular the like the dusk relics over at the Silent Realm within Farron, we want to head on over to Skyloft so we can upgrade some of our goodies. So fly on over and land over on the main island. There's a few things we can do here. In addition to going to the bazaar and upgrading some of our objects, we've also collected so many rupees as well. So we're going to visit Beetle's air shop as well, because there's more goodies for us to purchase. One thing worth noting, if you haven't purchased the Sacred Shield, you should definitely purchase that as well, as that will even have a use in the next dungeon. However, I wouldn't suggest only keeping the Sacred Shield. You want to keep other items as well. For one, I'm going to upgrade my Reinforced Shield up to the Fortified Shield, which is the most powerful of the Iron Shield family. It costs 100 rupees, and it costs 10 total treasures, including one rare blue bird feather. But for the most part, the other treasures are fairly common, and you might have, and you could have even upgraded this earlier. But it's a good idea to do it now, moving forward, as this is one of the more durable shields in the entire game. There's several other upgrades for us to make. You can upgrade the Slingshot to the Scattershot. You basically need 2 Dusk Relics. So if you got 2 Dusk Relics in the Silent Realm, the rest of the upgrades you need basically just pretty much Amber Relics and Jelly Blobs are very common, and it only costs 50 rupees too, so this should be an easy upgrade for you to make. And the Scattershot, it basically is just what it sounds like. Instead of shooting one bullet, it'll scatter the shot into multiple smaller bullets, and it'll have basically a wider range. You can also upgrade the Bug Net. You'll need some Tumbleweed and some Ancient Flower from the Lanayru region, but you'll also need that one Evil Crystal. So this one, it's going to be pending whether you got the Evil Crystal or not, and even if you got the Evil Crystal, you could have actually upgraded this earlier, since, depending, once again, if you had an Evil Crystal or not. The Bug Net, the big Bug Net, it's kind of cool because it's just huge. It just looks funny since it's so gigantic. It just makes catching bugs a lot easier. There's another upgrade. We can upgrade our beetle. You'll need 2 hornet larvas, and you could have actually upgraded this one as well earlier on in the quest if you had those hornet larvas. I was a little short, that's why I didn't upgrade it. But you can upgrade the hook beetle to the speed beetle, and just as the name suggests, the speed beetle is faster than the hook beetle. You'll actually be able to control the speed of the item. You could upgrade the beetle one step further if you have all of the upgrades. I'm short 1 Ancient Flower, which is kind of unfortunate, but you could upgrade it to the tough beetle, and I guess I'll just do that a little later on. You could upgrade your Sacred Shield as well. That too will take some Dusk Relics. That'll take some bird feathers though, so you'll have to capture some birds in order to make this upgrade. And this upgrades the Sacred Shield to the Divine Shield, which it's much like the wooden to banded shield. It's just an upgrade of durability and such. So you can make that upgrade, and furthermore, if you have a bunch of goodies, you could get the big upgrade to the Goddess Shield, which is the best of the Sacred Shields. So really, there's a ton of upgrades that I just did in these few minutes, and this is all going to be depending on how many treasures you've collected, if you've done some grinding just to get all these treasures, or if you've got all those Dusk Relics within the Silent Realm. And if you don't have all the treasures, don't worry about it. It's not too important, and you'll have plenty of time throughout the remainder of the game to get many of these upgrades. You may or may want to talk with Patrice over at the item bank teller check item check teller, bank, place, location. Just because we got some new medals, and depending on what goddess treasure chest you just got, you might have filled up your adventure pouch, and if you want to rotate things around. As I sort of mentioned earlier, you don't really want to have your braced shield with you during the next dungeon, just because the next dungeon does have at least one fire enemy, and you don't want to have your shield, your wooden shield, burned. So I'd suggest just using one of the Iron Shield and Sacred Shield families. I'd suggest using both of them, really, if you have those extra adventure pouch slots. Anyway, our next destination is over at Beetle's Air Shop. So use your now Scattershot if you haven't, or just your slingshot, and climb on up to enter his shop. You might have more or less rupees depending on what you've purchased, what you've upgraded, what treasure chests you've gotten, what goddess treasure chests you've gotten. So it's at this stage in the game, even if you're following the walkthrough just based on spoils left by enemies, you may or may not have the necessary rupees in order to make the purchase, or you might have not purchased all of the things from Beetle's Air Shop. It's really pending your particular game. But at this point, I'm going to purchase the bug medal. The bug medal cost 1,000 rupees, and this is one item that you could get away with not purchasing. Basically, as the name suggests, it's a medal that detects bugs. There's pretty much a medal for almost every single collectible of sorts in Skyward Sword. And this one, when you have it equipped, when you have it a part of your adventure pouch, you can use it, and it basically, you can, when you look at your map, you can detect where bugs are in that particular location. If you've been following along with the walkthrough, you shouldn't really need it, because over the course of the entire walkthrough, I show at least one location where all the bugs or birds or whatever can be found. And you pretty much, once you know one location, you pretty much can grind away and get the bugs at that set location. However, the bug medal, I'm just going to show it off, like how it actually works and what its uses are. So I'm going to use it right here in Skyloft. So I went back over to the item bank teller just to equip the bug medal, and I'm going to head back outside to Skyloft. At this point, you can look at your map, and you'll find, if you zoom in, it's kind of a little hard to see, but there's those little small circles where it says insect detected. And this seems pretty self-explanatory. It means that there's an insect within that region. So you can just fly on over, and in this case, there's a blessed butterfly in the area that was detected by the bug medal. And as you can see, I'm using the giant big bug net, which it just looks funny since it's just so obnoxiously big. There's an insect over here, and I sort of messed up earlier on in the game when I was just rolling into this tree. I know at the very beginning of the game, the little boy teaches you that little tutorial of like how to roll into trees, and this particular bug, the Stag Beetle, it's like just comes out of the tree and flies away. So earlier on in the walkthrough, I can be seen just rolling into this tree thinking I'll get the bug. In reality, you actually need the bug net to get it. So yeah, that's one thing that the bug medal taught me. I couldn't figure out how to get that particular bug initially, but I picked it up that way. So it's fun. You can just run around and just gather all the insects if you'd like, but it's completely optional, and it's, you know, just meant for collecting extra bugs so you can upgrade your potions. Anyway, I'm just going to skip ahead here, and I'm going to make my way back on over to the Farron region. If you really like to, you can just grind away and collect as many bugs if you'd like. You can even go to the various territories, the various regions beneath the clouds, even the Lumpy Pumpkin and some of the islands, just to test out the bug medal. it's really up to you. That's you're on your own for that one, though, if you'd like to. I'm going to head back on over to the Faron region and make my destination over at the Floria waterfall. And we are now pretty much ready to enter the 4th dungeon of the game, which is the Ancient Cistern. So jump back to the Floria waterfall. Just go ahead and jump into the water here, and you just need to do a water dash attack pretty much to get onto the higher ledge over where the dungeon entrance is. I sort of got sidetracked by these bugs here. As you can see, I was just using the bug metal once again, looking at the map and seeing, oh, there's insects nearby, so I felt the need to get them. But that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Just jump on ahead to and enter the next dungeon, the Ancient Cistern, and I will be covering the Ancient Cistern in Chapter 10, the next video of the walkthrough. So I'll see you guys for that one.